Hi there. Welcome to Hourglass Workshops and Conversations with Nancy and Cheryl. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Cheryl. And last week's video, we talked about discover and think about your one big thing. Decide on your one big thing for 2017. And this time, we're going to talk a little bit about the trick to get there.
Yeah.
And the way to get there is through
baby steps.
Yes.
One little step at a time.
That's right. And you know, you've got a whole year in front of you, you know, to make these kinds of things happen. So where do you begin? And I'll use an example from last year. My big thing last year was I wanted to run a marathon. And so early in the year, and when the running coach was talking about it at the end, you know, at the end of my run, he said, he said, it isn't about the marathon, that's long enough. But he said, prior to the marathon, Cheryl ran the equivalent of the distance from San Jose to San Diego, over 500 miles. So those were the baby steps I took to get there. Mm-hmm. And you know, if you were to ask me one day, oh yeah, run from here to San Diego, of course I couldn't do it. But you know,
Cheryl had actually a very well-defined plan about which days you run, how much you run. I mean, there was a whole theory behind how you do a marathon successfully, and she did the marathon successfully.
Yes, and I finished and I did the diet, which was my goal.
And I think, I know for me, when I have a big goal, I do it all the wrong way. Mm-hmm. I want to do everything at first, and then I end up having everything collapse and not getting done because it becomes overwhelming.
Which I think is very normal. And one, you know, so I think to have a plan, set up enough time. You know, like you know Nancy's big goal, big thing next year or this year is her mom's birthday party. That's in August. My big thing is my husband and I taking a trip, and that's in the fall. You know, I'm not planning a giant trip in the latter part of February, a month from now. You know, so I'm doing it down the road, and so make sure you give yourself enough time to do it, and then to maximize. Do a little bit every single day or every couple of days that move you towards that goal. And the other way of making time that I found through the running experience was you have to say no to others and say no to things that deflect you from your one big thing. I had to say no. I didn't go out on Friday nights. You know, I couldn't drink because the next day, well, not that I drink that much, for those of you who don't know me. But
I'm saying nothing.
At least not on Fridays. And then I was committed to a long run on Saturdays. And I had to make certain sacrifices. They didn't feel like sacrifices. It was just a choice. So you have to say no sometimes to others. In order to say yes to yourself.
Well, and you know, that brings up another point. You know, if it feels like you're making one sacrifice after another for your one big thing, is it really something you want?
What, the one big thing?
Yeah. I mean, if it feels like too many sacrifices, you know.
Well, yeah, but that's where you give it a lot of thought. I mean, we'll use your mom's birthday as an example. I mean, that's one big thing. You know, it may be a pain in the neck for you to start getting, figuring out what you're going to do, and you may go, well, is that worth the sacrifice? Well, yeah, it is.
Well, yeah. But see, for me, it's going to be fun because the whole family is going to be together. But I think sometimes we set goals that aren't particularly fun.
Yes.
And then you make one sacrifice after another, and, you know.
Well, that is true. And the goal that I was talking about last year and this year, all of our goals are fun, you know, and so maybe the idea is to pick a fun goal.
Yeah, but pick one big thing that, you know, is something that is going to make your life better.
Right.
And more satisfying, more fun. You know, okay, everybody's the beginning of the year, and the things that we all want to do is have a resolution. Oh, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it is, you know. I mean, half of America makes that.
Right.
And is that something anybody really wants to do? Yeah, they want to have it happen, but they don't want to take the baby steps that makes it happen. Well, and with weight, that's how you have to do it, baby steps. You know?
And here we are already in the very early part of January, and attendance has already fallen off at those health clubs.
Oh, of course, so, of course,
you know, so forget about that. So pick something that's fun and take those baby steps and create a plan. You know, that's really kind of what works, and start creating a structure to make that happen.
Right.
And
we'll talk a little more about that.
Yes, we will. Yeah. So until next time, I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Nancy.
Bye now.
Bye.